ground. A stallion where he shouldn't be, the grievance unbound. This is the dispute, the fairness to seek. 8 foals in the paddock, a bloodline grown weak.
The economy of Estolia is unique in the modern world. While the primary source of her wealth was the purple dye that we traded to Tyre, still produced in the same coastal town that has raised those snails for generations, there were other, less obvious foundations for her prosperity: Mayberry perfume, medieval and Estolian warhorses, and the Danieli vintage all found ready markets. Most ingenious of all were the maps. Our scribes charted Centrarth, the old name for the Mediterranean, with such care and precision that sailors trusted every hazard they marked. Yet those same charts marked the waters surrounding Estolia with warnings so vivid, so authoritative, that prudent captains gave the island a wide berth. We grew rich through the very accuracy that kept us hidden, shielded from the pirate scourges that once plagued western Centroth. That wealth, earned without conquest or exploitation, now sustains something rarer: a nation without currency. Citizens receive what they need without question, and what they want, when the request is reasonable or can be fairly bartered. Leadership reinvests rather than hoards. Fairness, not scarcity, governs every exchange. Meredith Zakarian, History of Estolia, 3rd edition.
Antonio walked among the herd of Corlean ponies, looking at each of the 6 mares. Between them there were 8 foals. He asked for each of the 8 foals to be brought forward. The sire was unmistakable. He was an iron-grey, dappled Corlean and Estolian cross. 2 of the foals looked like typical Corleans with short cannon bones and the dished faces that spoke of their Arabian ancestry. The other 6, including the 2 sets of twin foals, had the Andestolian face, with both sets of twins bearing unmistakable signs of turning white with age.
So explain exactly what you contend took place.
He asked the man whose mares had borne the foals.
I plan to breed my 6 mares to my Corlean stallion. There is a high demand for the Corlean breed in Majorca. While I do not need the money here in Estolia, it is my intention to expand my herd. I know of a breeder of the Corlean on the mainland who possesses exceptional bloodlines. I had hoped to secure the foreign coin for the purchase and transport of several promising broodmares. And now look, what am I to do with these animals?
What transpired?
Antonio asked. He gripped the sash of last resort where it rested over his heart, tracing the outline of the dagger beneath, a habit he'd developed in the 9 months since his cousin's wedding. Once he took on the role of keeper, he would settle disputes like these throughout his tenure. For now, the sash helped him keep his focus.
I was bringing Mistral here to the paddock with my 6 mares, only to discover that this animal was already inside, servicing my prize mare Fossica. Once the deed was done, I fastened Mistral's lead to his halter and led him back to the stable. I recognized the intruder as Corbin's rig.
Antonio knew a lot about horses, but wasn't sure he'd ever heard the term rig before. Corbin clarified,
I named him Rigoberto, but that is not what gammon means. In some males, the testicles do not descend, and they are considered to be a rig, frequently sterile, but with the characteristics of a stallion. It is quite risky to alter them, so as to use the animal as a gelding. I opted to leave him whole, as the Corlean stablemaster believes it would be nearly impossible to geld him safely. As a result, he is a mount of great spirit, and
he gestured to the mares and foals.
It appears that he is also quite fertile.
So it remains that you,
Antonio pointed to Gammon,
believe that your plans to secure the desired broodmares have been deeply compromised by the fact that Corbin's rig bred 6 of your mares?
At Gammon's nod, Antonio turned to Corbin.
And you had no intention of allowing your animal to father these foals. Yet he did so. The bloodlines are unmistakable. Have you considered offering some type of recompense?
Corbin shrugged.
I do not do business off the island, and have no need of foreign currencies. I have no means of offering remuneration that would allow Gammon to secure the necessary funding.
He ran a hand through his short-cropped hair, then rubbed the back of his neck.
I know that I owe Gammon, and I was the one who sent for mediation. I had hoped—
He paused with a flush before adding,
that I could ask for remuneration to be granted to Gammon from the National Treasury. It is not right that he should miss the opportunity to obtain the bloodstock he wishes to further refine the Corlean breed for the benefit of all Estolia. I had hoped that some of these crossbred animals might be useful in the instruction of the youth in learning to ride. The characteristics that Gammon is well known to breed for include amiability, a smooth and delightful gait, and high intelligence. My own Rigo here. He is the product of one of Gammon's stallions and one of my mares. He is everything a man could want in a horse, aside from his being a rig.
None of these foals are suitable for your purposes.
Antonio asked Gammon, his hand sweeping to include all 8 foals. Gammon grunted a negative before adding,
I cannot attest that any of them are purebred Corlean. Even the 2 that bear the look might not be, as the rig is half Corlean already. My honor would not allow me to market them on the basis of an assumption.
And the material lost to you is really the foreign coin you hope to gain by selling 6 purebred Corlean foals?
At his affirmative, Antonio considered the situation from all angles. They did not have as many Corlean ponies in the royal stables as they had Andestolians and forest horses. But the royal stables needed more ponies suited to teaching the youth of the palace and temple communities, and these animals would serve admirably. His father would back his decision.
The remuneration will be granted to include the cost of animals and transport. The 8 foals, when ready to travel, should be escorted to the royal stables.
He turned to Corbin.
That will be your responsibility, along with making certain that your Rigoberto has no further opportunity to trespass upon Gammon's paddock.
He looked at Gammon.
You should send word immediately that you will undertake the purchase of the desired animals. Do understand that if you purchase 4 brood mares, ultimately you will also owe 4 of their high-quality progeny to the royal stables within the first 10 years to provide the appropriate recompense.
Both men bowed their heads briefly, acknowledgement of a successful mediation and acceptable outcome.
I believe we all profit by this,
Gammon said before grinning at his neighbor.
Come, let us drink a glass of the Danieli to seal our agreement.
The sash of last resort, the weight on his chest, to turn the collision into what serves us best. No coin need exchange, but a debt to be paid. 4 mares for the future, the bargain is made.